Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Dani and today I'm gonna tell you all about my goals for 2021. Before that, just a really quick update about the camera. I am still using my new camera. I think I figured out that the issue really for the image quality really is lighting. And for the audio, I think I have to buy an adapter for my microphone, so I'm really sorry that I can't use my microphone again for this video, but I will figure that out and I'll fix everything hopefully very soon. But let's talk about my goals. I didn't do any goals video in 2019 for 2020, so I had really no specific goals to complete this year, which was nice because look at how the year went, right? But now I do have quite a few goals. They're not necessarily like difficult, challenging things for me, I think. So hopefully it's just things that I want to be able to complete this year. So my first goal is the Goodreads goal, so how many books do I want to read in 2021? And I think I'm going to stick with the same that I did in 2020, which is 50 books. I know that a lot of people put 52 because that would mean a book a week, but I don't read exactly a book a week anyway, so I think 50 is a good number. I think it's not too hard to reach it. I think this year I've reached 50 right after the second, like right after July or something like that. So it should be really okay for me to reach 50 books. So that's good. I think if I read 50 books in a year, that's already amazing. And I don't want a number that's going to challenge me too much that I get stressed out about not reaching that goal. So I think 50 is a great goal. And then talking about the books that I want to read in 2021, my only goal really is to read the 12 books and 12 prompts from the Advent Calendar. If you haven't watched that series yet, I'm gonna link that in the cards and in the description, so you should totally check that out and just binge it, just like 24 very short videos of other booktubers recommending books to me, which was so much fun to film, and I have so many awesome books to read now. And that's really my only goal. I want to complete those 12 books, and I want to complete the 12 prompts that all the same booktubers recommended to me. I will definitely be doing a wrap-up of the Advent Calendar books at the end of the year, so be sure to look out for that because that is one thing that I'm actively trying to make work in my reading this year. If you haven't seen my m&ms CBR for January yet, I changed a lot the prompts in a way that will help me get to those books as fast as I can, so hopefully that's not going to be too hard. My next goal is about buying books. I want to try to not buy old backlist books this year unless it's something that I'm definitely going to read that month. So for example, if the m&ms CBR comes up with a prompt that I don't have any books here, that I have to buy a book, then I will buy that book specifically for that prompt. But otherwise, I am just going to buy new releases because I have a few already that I pre-ordered, and I think pre-ordering new releases is good to just support the author, and also I'm usually very excited to get to the new releases when they arrive. But other than that, I have too many books on my TBR already that I'm very excited to read, so I don't want to buy more books that I'm not going to immediately get to that month, because I don't think that makes sense to just keep adding more books in my bookshelf unless they're gifts, which that wouldn't be an issue, but otherwise I'm not going to buy backlist books that I'm not going to read that month. The next goal that I have is about NetGalley. I have quite a few books on NetGalley that I still have to read. My ratio there is 36, I think, and they suggest having it at 80%, so I really do want to read the NetGalley books and get my ratio up so I can get approved for more books and then have more books to read that I don't have time for. But there's a few that I really wanted to read that I wasn't approved for and probably was on my rating, but it could have been, I never know, so I want to get that ratio up, and just because it stresses me out a little bit to have that so low, but hopefully I can get that. All of the ones that I have to read now on NetGalley have already been published, so there isn't any that I want to read before release, so I don't have a time frame for when I want to read this book. There was only one that was going to be published in January, I think, or February, and I read that one. So other than that, all the others have already been published. Some don't have that great of reviews. Some I started and I didn't like, but I want to try again, and I just want to read all the books that I have on iGalley. The next two goals are about YouTube and Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram yet, that's always linked in the description of my videos, so you should definitely check that out, because my first goal for Instagram is that I want to post at least twice a week, which shouldn't be too hard. If I can't get a nice photo, I can just take a photo of the book that I'm reading with a nice background, and then I can post that. So I think that shouldn't be too hard for me to accomplish, but it was too hard for me this year, so I don't know how that's going to work, but that's the goal, at least twice a week, which is not a lot at all for Instagram. Usually people post every day or like lots of times during the week, and I just can't do that. I don't have time to do that, so I want to do 2 posts a week. I don't have necessarily a date that I want to post every week, but 2 posts a week. And for YouTube, I also want to try to upload twice a week, which is much harder because it takes so much longer to film a video than to take a photo, at least for me, because I don't take those amazing, awesome photos. Anyway, it's just like my photos are very minimalistic, so they don't take me a lot of time. But for YouTube, it does take like almost my whole weekend to film 2 videos and edit and get them ready to upload during the week. But that is one of my goals. I want to upload twice a week, every week on YouTube. But if I can just get 1 video a week, then I won't be too sad either. So it's like at least once a week, but aiming for twice a week, every week. And for YouTube, I will have a schedule because it makes it easier for me to plan what I'm editing, what I'm filming each week, but I don't know when that's going to be yet. Last year I was doing Monday and Thursdays, I think, and then Wednesday and Saturday. I changed a bit, but it was like twice a week that had quite like 3 days in between those uploads. Again, I don't think that uploading twice a week on YouTube is too hard, but I do work full-time, and there will be weeks that I just won't have time, or I just won't want to spend my night editing a video, and then I won't get a video up. But I will try to have a schedule and follow it, and that's it. So 2 videos a week. And then my last goal is also Instagram, YouTube related. Quick context, this year I did a few reading vlogs on YouTube, which were a lot of fun to film, but it takes so long and I have to stop doing things that I'm doing in my normal life to film those vlogs. Like, I'm going to start reading a book and then I have to get my camera and film a little bit about it, and then it's like just getting to actually doing what I was wanting to do just takes a bit of time. So as much as I really enjoyed sharing a lot of all my reading during the weeks and other things that I was doing during that week, it was just too much time, and then I had too many clips, and editing so it would be uploaded at a time frame that made sense was also too time consuming, and that part didn't get as much fun. So my plan for 2021 is that I want to do reading updates, but I'm going to do that on Instagram. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I post in Portuguese and in English there, because I have a lot of people from Brazil that follow me on Instagram. So I'm going to do reading updates in Portuguese on my Instagram stories with English subtitles. So that's the goal. I'll see how easy that is. It's just going to be very short clips of what I'm reading, what I'm thinking about the book, what I thought about the book when I finished the book. So I think it will be easy to put subtitles like every time, but that's what I think will work better. I'm going to do the videos in Portuguese, which I think also is going to be a lot of fun for English speakers to watch me speaking Portuguese. And then English subtitles so everyone can understand what's going on, what I'm saying, what's happening, and everyone who wants can follow my reading during the week. It's not going to be a reading vlog. I'm not going to vlog about other things in my life, probably. I don't know if this goes really well, and if I really enjoy doing that, I might add other things. But at least for the beginning of the year, I'm going to try to update as my reading goes and see how that goes. And then for YouTube, I'm not going to never do vlogs again, but I will limit it to specific vlogs. So for example, if I'm doing a readathon, I might do a vlog specifically for that readathon, or just specific videos that I want to film. If I'm reading books by this thing, like this theme during a week, then I might film a vlog for that specific week. But I'm probably not going to do normal reading vlogs for YouTube anymore. Not saying never, but for now I don't think I want to do that. But let me know what you think about me uploading my reading updates on Instagram stories. Do you think that's also interesting to watch? I'm thinking of doing like the highlights on Instagram per month, so you can go back and watch what I thought about a specific book that I read in the specific month. In the highlights, if you missed the stories, I'll see if it's not a lot of tiny clips that I have to add, but it doesn't have a limit, right? I don't even know. We'll see how it goes, but I'm really excited for it. There's a lot of people on Instagram from Brazil that also would want to follow what I'm reading, because like I said, not very consistent on Instagram, but I'm going to change that as well. But either way, I think it's going to be a really cool way to update everyone who speaks both languages. Oh, I have another goal that I forgot about. Let me get my notebook. So I've tried to keep bullet journals many times, and it never works because this is not something that works in my life, to get a notebook every day to see what I'm going to do that day and then at the end of the day update it. I just can't do that. But I do want to have a page tracker. So what I did was that I created a spread for each month already. Well, it's not all in pen yet, it's just like penciled in. But I created a spread for each month. And in one side I'm going to put the books that I'm going to read that month from the M&ms, and then there's a space here if I read other books, and then I have the page tracker on the right. And this is something that I want to do. The way that I did it, that I think it's going to work better for me, I have a total in the end here, so I don't have to put the colorful, like, let me explain again. Each book here is a color, so when I'm reading House Moving Castle, for example, it's pink. I'm going to put a line here in pink and fill it as I read, depending on how many pages I read. But if on the 1st of January, for example, I read 50 pages of House Moving Castle, and by the end of the day I don't have my pink pen with me, or my pink pencil, or anything pink to put a line here, I can just write the total here on the last column, and when I have time, when I can stop and do this, I will just fill all the lines as I go. My issues with my old page trackers were always that I wouldn't have time to fill the things every day. Usually, it's very, very common for me to fall asleep reading at night. So I go to bed and I pick a book and I fall asleep with the book on my hands. So there's no way for me to stop reading, check how many pages I read that day, then update my bullet journal, and then go to sleep. I wouldn't be able to fall asleep if I did that. So this way, I write, and during the morning I can just write down how many pages I read, or even which page I stopped at during the night, so I can do all the math later and fill in the lines as I go. So it's just, this is my whole bullet journal. It's like books that I'm going to read from the M&ms, and then the page tracker, and then every month, you probably can't see it, but it's like this is February already and the page tracker, and then March, and you get it. So this is also one of my goals. I want to update the page tracker, not every day, but when I have time. This way I think it's going to work. And my goal with that is simply to have a pretty page with colorful lines of how much I read. That's pretty much it. There are days that I don't read at all. There are days that I will probably won't have enough space to put all the pages that I read on that day, but this is just, I like how it looks in the end. And if I do that for a few months and I'm not enjoying the process of recording the pages that I read, then I'll just stop, because that's just a very loose goal that I think it's going to be fun, and I think it's going to look pretty in the end. But if it's not fun, even if it looks pretty in the end, I'm probably gonna stop. So that's another goal for 2021 that I had forgotten about. But I think that's it. Let me know some of your goals. I love watching goals videos, so if you have one, just let me know in the comments and I will definitely check it out, because I watched a bunch of this just to figure out if I could add more goals to this video because I like having goals, but at the same time I don't want to make the year too challenging for myself because this is a hobby. I like to read for fun, but still I love watching other people's goals, and especially if you have like a reaction to your 2020 goals and then your 2021 goals, I would love to see that. I can't wait to do my own reaction to my 2021 goals at the end of the year. We'll see how that went. Remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and also follow me on Instagram. And thank you so much for joining me. Bye!